It's been quite a career. I started with MCFD in 1989. I was always interested in social work. I was probably one of those odd people that knew when I was 17 what I wanted to do. And so that's led me to social work. And I started out with family service and child protection. My own personal values, I think, drive a lot of what I do. When I meet with families, if they're coming to me with some concern, even as a team leader or now as a director, I always want them to have a picture of their child that we put in the center of the table.
So working with Shirley has been a very positive experience for our organization because we've had such a strong partnership and such a respectful partnership. We've been able to focus solely on the children, and we've been able to see the change in the children's lives and in the families' lives that wouldn't have happened if we didn't have the resources and the support from the ministry. She is an individual with high integrity, and she really believes in the work that she's doing.
Fairly early when I started down here in Surrey, my caseload was children that were all medically fragile. Two of the early things I worked on, one was getting oximeters for children in care, so that was something they could use, so that in the middle of the night, if a foster parent was concerned a child didn't have enough oxygen, they could test their blood oxygen level at home. And then I also really worked early on to try to get nursing support into foster homes, because again, children that came into care through our programs needed nursing support but didn't have it.
One of the things that I've always been impressed about is Shirley's creativity. So she often thinks outside the box. And how are the ways we can tackle an issue? There was one time when we were looking at a lack of services to families in the community, and Shirley brought together all of our contracted service providers to brainstorm about, well, how could we do this differently? I think she is happy to partner with people and gain their knowledge and expertise. So I really appreciate her collaborative approach and really being open to new and innovative ideas.
She kind of reminds me of what we're all seeing in this unprecedented time of COVID around Dr. Bonnie Henry. Shirley's calm. She's soft-spoken, she's kind, and yet you know there's nothing fake about her. And so it's been such a pleasure to work with her. She's been such a champion for children and youth with special needs who then become eligible for Community Living BC. She's very concerned about Indigenous people, other ethnic cultures and groups that need to be treated with sensitivity and understanding, and there isn't a one-size-fits-all. So there's a personalization and a customization in everything that she does that is actually going to bring about the best outcomes for the youth in the care of the ministry.
I do a lot through my church, and it's funny because the volunteer things I do are very similar, like they're sort of social worky type of things. We do backpacks of school supplies for low-income families, and we do that both for families within our church, and we also have a connection with Big Brothers and Big Sisters in Langley. And you could help people at very grassroots, like how are they going to pay the rent? Do they have enough groceries? So those are the things that I work on. What I hope, if it's a legacy, is the importance of the vulnerable. And I hope I've raised just the value of the children. And then that we owe it to them to do our best. That's really important. MCFD is very driven by child protection and by other areas of the work. And trying to make sure that the people that I'm working with value the vulnerable, but know the work. And then from that, we move forward with what we're doing with families.